Liberal media freaking out again over nothing. Let's check this out.
What happens after Donald Trump wins? What's for America? The economy booms. American energy is unleashed and an end to crushing taxes. The border is closed and the largest deportation in history is underway. No more wars as we focus on home. Law and order is restored. The American dream is back and the best is yet to come. Make America great again.
Now this prompted...
All right, there's the ad right there that the media is freaking out over. And I'm going to talk about what Rob Smith had to say about that. I'm going to play this first, then we'll go back to the Hill because that guy had some really good stuff to say about it as well. Let's check it out.
Investigated this. We actually found the editor's template, which was used for this, and we can pull it up maybe full screen. You can buy this online. It's called Newspaper Vintage History Headlines Promo. If you wanted to make a vintage ad, this is exactly how you would do it. You just go online and buy this from whatever company this is, and they probably use it for a long time. And it basically uses a collection of old news headlines and subheadlines and articles from like the early 1900s, one of which was German industrial strength significantly increased after 1871, driven by the creation of a unified Reich. That's 50 years before anybody was talking about the Nazis and the atrocities that would come before and during World War II. It has nothing to do with anything. These are just old headlines. There were other headlines as well. Expansion of violence and...
This is why Rob Smith is my favorite TV conservative host on TV. Brings great information. He's factual information, does a lot of research, and he's just a great host.
Bosnia was one of them that's used over and over again because this is just a wallpaper template on the internet. Confusion among Central Powers, the First World War, and many other completely innocuous news topics from 100 years ago. This is wallpaper background for editors who want to make vintage art. That's what it is. And whoever did make this thing, and it wasn't the Trump campaign, that's what they used. Anybody that's actually in the media that knows anything about how all this works, and there are a lot of idiots in the media, but the ones that actually understand how it all works know how fake the outrage that we saw today is. It's all performative.
That's right, fake outrage. Here's what Joe Biden had to say about this.
What's next for America?
Is this on his official account? Wow. A unified Reich? That's Hitler's language. That's not America's. He cares about holding on to power. I care about you.
Sure you do, old man. Yeah, but here's more fake outrage from the media.
This statement that the ex-president made, as I said, is part of a pattern. He was in favor of keeping up the Confederate monuments. He talked about back in the day when somebody said something to him about David Duke, but he didn't really know, but he tipped his hat. He talked about in Charlottesville there being, both sides to that issue. This is a tip of
there we go with the Charlottesville nonsense.
Nationalism, which is unfortunately a very important part of the ex-president's base, which goes to show you what in the world he's going to do if he gets elected again. And he's already told you he's going to be a dictator for the day. He wants to make sure that as the president, he could order seal Team 6 to go shoot political opponents. These are things that the American people need to weigh with great seriousness. Donald Trump can't hide behind it. Nobody...
These people were screaming the same nonsense back in 2015, 2016. When are they going to let go of the narrative that this guy is some Hitler Nazi supporter? Anyway, let's check out what this guy from the Hill had to say about this. Some great stuff right here.
Many people on X to proclaim that Trump had endorsed the creation of a unified Reich with reference to the Third Reich, another name for Adolf Hitler's Nazi government. Anti-Trump political group The Lincoln Project accused the former president of, quote, openly copying Nazi language. ABC reported that the ad used language from Nazi Germany and referenced Adolf Hitler. CNN's Manu Raju confronted random Republicans in Congress and demanded that they answer for the advertisement. Let's watch.
The former president posted something on social media about a, quote, unified Reich, and that's generated some criticism.
I don't know. See, I don't follow. In case you hadn't noticed, the world's falling apart. Have y'all not noticed that?
That was a great answer. Like there are bigger things to worry about here than this ad that wasn't even created by the Trump campaign.
Presidential campaign. The former president posted on social media calling for a unified Reich. I'm wondering if you have concerns about that.
See that he didn't even call for a unified Reich. It just happened to be on the template.
Concerns about the former president posting about unified Reich on social media.
Good morning.
Representative Jamie Raskin, Democrat from Maryland, said that Trump had used an anti-Semitic dog whistle. The View's Sonny Hostin agreed that Trump was signaling to his racist and anti-Semitic supporters. Even former Labor Secretary Robert Reich, no relation, opined that this was yet another example of hidden Nazi symbiology embedded within the Trump campaign. Perhaps a man named Reich might have asked some further questions, but alas, the Trump campaign disavowed having had anything to do with the ad and deleted the Truth Social post. But as we discussed yesterday on Rising, as it turns out, the assertion that Trump was tacitly endorsing some form of Nazi government is highly misleading, if not outright false. The video was made using a newspaper template that is widely available, and that template includes headlines that pertain not to World War II, but to World War I, before the existence of the Nazi Party.
Just a template, morons. Liberal morons.
The Unified Reich in question is the German state under Kaiser Wilhelm in Germany. The word Reich simply means the king's realm. Germans considered the Holy Roman Empire to be the First Reich, and the German Empire, which ended as a result of Germany's losses in World War I, to be the Second Reich. Hitler's evil empire was the Third Reich. Now, to be clear, the template is just that, a template, and the point of the ad is obviously not to suggest that Trump's policies have anything to do with the pre-existing headlines, but in any case, the one causing all of this consternation does not actually have anything to do with the Nazis. Enter President Joe Biden. Just a few hours after the ad attracted so much attention, the Biden campaign released a response video.
What's next for America?
All right, that's the one I played for you a little bit earlier, but a nothing burger is exactly it. These people are going to use anything possible, any false narrative to against this guy, to damage his campaign, to try to take support away from him, to turn you away from him, to make you believe he's actually a Nazi, he's going to bring back Nazi Germany here in America, which is just plain false. He didn't do it his first term. Then they said, oh, well, give him a second term. He'll definitely do it. Definitely do it. It's not going to happen. If anything, Joe Biden is more of a dictator than anybody else that I've seen in America. Now, do you remember this right here?
That. We have to understand the adversary and the threat we're dealing with. And if we don't understand how they think, we'll never understand how to counter them. So it's the little things and language and messaging that matters. The president said that we will fly our flags at half-mast until August 8th. That's 8/8. Now, I'm not going to imply that he did
this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
This deliberately, but I am using it as an example of the ignorance of the adversary that's being demonstrated by the White House. The numbers 8/8 are very significant in neo-Nazi and white supremacy movement. Why? Because the letter H is the 8th letter of the alphabet, and to them, the numbers 8/8 together stand for Heil Hitler. So we're going to be raising the flag back up at dusk on 8/8. No one's thinking about this. No one's giving him the advice, or he's rejecting the advice. So,
if anybody actually believed this moron, they didn't get their head checked. Yeah, but you see how what these people do. They use the Charlottesville thing, which has been debunked multiple times. The very fine people on both sides. It's been debunked time and time again. Where he incited an insurrection. When he actually said peacefully and patriotically, make your voices heard. They turn nothing into something. They blow it out of proportion because they are terrified of this guy. Because they know he's going to come in and reverse everything that they're trying to do to destroy America. He's going to close up that border. He's going to try to get a mass deportation going. He's going to turn this economy around. He's a very pro-energy guy. He's going to start drilling again at levels that we've never seen before. Stop all these attacks on the energy industry. They don't want to. Even if in foreign policy, he's going to come in and restore order. He's going to restore order in the streets as well here in America. That's what they're afraid of. He has one term to get all this done, and that's what they're afraid of. He has nothing to lose at this point. But all right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. Thought I'd show that to you. Thought it was pretty funny how these people freak out over nothing. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.